Hello everybody, and welcome to my first impressions of The Wolf Among Us. The Wolf Among Us is one of TellTaleGames' latest two series, both this one and obviously Season 2 of The Walking Dead, which I did my first impressions of a while ago, and I gotta say, so far I am loving this one. Telltale is absolutely staying true to their history of doing really good point-and-click adventure games, or their, take on the genre, since there is a lot that's different, from them. In fact, they're half the time, they're more more along the side of the visual novel kind of thing, I suppose, although that's not necessarily the case at all. Visual novel's not really what I'm thinking of. I don't know, but you guys get what I mean, so let's go ahead and jump into things. The Wolf Among Us, we're actually good. Change save file right here so I don't mess up what I've been working on so far. The Wolf Among Us, it actually takes place in the Fables universe. Fables is a comic book series or graphic novel, very similar to The Walking Dead. In case that they're both comic books, their plots are completely different, but Fables is, Fables Heroes in Exile is a universe where basically, all, these fantasy characters, all the, traditional ones that everyone knows, like the Little Mermaid, the Big Bad Wolf, all that jazz, they actually exist in our world, but they are, unknown to be living in our society by the regular humans. Nobody knows that they exist, except for the Fables themselves, obviously. So basically what this is it's a detective story, because we play Bigby Wolf, and he's the sheriff of the town, or the Big Bad Wolf, I should say, and he's the sheriff of the town, and he's trying to solve a murder case while in the midst of that trying to, keep the society from being discovered by the Mundies, or the mundanes, which are the average day people. So let's go ahead and get started with episode 1 here, so you guys can actually see what The Wolf Among Us is all about if you're unfamiliar with Telltale's usual kind of thing, because, it's both very different, brings a lot of new things to the table, mainly in regards to some action cutscene gameplay mechanics, but it's also, of course, very similar to the Telltale's other games, you know, it follows their, standard kind of trope of doing things, so yeah. This game series adapts to the choices you make. The story is tailored to how you play. Once upon a time in New York City, there lived a community of fairy tale characters known as Fabletown. The fables who lived there arrived hundreds of years ago after they were exiled from their homelands. Through the use of a magical spell called Glamour, they have protected their secret community from the mundane world. Sheriff Bigby Wolf protects them from each other. So that's just kind of the backstory I mentioned before. One thing I should say right off the bat, I have not read the Fables, or Fable comics before, Fables Heroes in Exile, but this game so far has really made me want to pick them up and read them, which I think is probably, in all honesty, one of the greatest compliments I could give the game, seeing as it's gotten me sucked into this series so much that I want to figure out more as fast as I can, so I'll probably end up reading those before too long. For any Fables fans who aren't familiar with this, though, I'm pretty sure from what I've looked up it is a prequel. As I mentioned, I don't really know too much of the story from Fables. I've read a little bit on wikis and stuff like that, but I still don't know very much, and I'm pretty sure that this is a prequel. As you guys can almost certainly tell right now, the graphics are frickin' phenomenal in this game. Definitely better than the original season of The Walking Dead. I think Season 2 might be a little bit better than this, but obviously Season 2 came out after this did, and also in addition to that, this one is stylized much more differently, while The Walking Dead series is obviously meant to be more realistic. So let's see what we've got to say to this Toad Man.
Shit. Bigby! Listen, mate, I know I don't look human. It's a problem, I get it. I just stepped out the apartment for just a second to see what kind of damage this drunk shit is doing. Just cut me a break, yeah? I'll get me glamour first thing in the morning. Cross my heart.
Here we go, back with the standard Telltale Games thing of like choosing what you want to say and stuff like that. Seeing as we're the sheriff here, and it's our job to make sure everyone stays in glamour, we should probably enforce that, you know.
If you can't afford to look human, you're going to the farm. It's as simple as that.
You can't send me up to live with those animals.
Poor Toad.
You know what I mean?
Go see a witch. Get a glamour.
Bigby, they're bleeding me dry, mate. The quality of the spout goes down, but the rates keep climbing up. Do you have any idea how much it costs to have an entire family in glamour?
So, let's go with not my... I got it
Then
fixed.
Get it fixed. It's not complicated, Toad. Whatever it costs, it's worth it. You don't want me catching you out of glamour again.
Fucking hell! See? This is what I called you about, Sheriff. You're just gonna stand there? Do something, Bigby, before he completely tears up the place.
I should probably go handle this.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Toad is so freaking sassy. We don't see him much right off the bat here, but he's actually probably one of my favorite characters in this series so far. He shows up a lot more as time goes on.
Lights are shaking again.
What did I say? You want a big bad wolf to take you away?
No.
Oh.
Then get the fuck back inside.
Nice little trivia piece, that kid right there, Toad's son, that's actually voiced by the lady who voiced Clementine. So, that's a little... Also, she actually voices someone else in this game as well, Beauty, when Beauty shows up, so... There's a lot of there's a couple of the big voice actors from the Walking Dead series, like Lee makes his appearance once again. One thing I want to point out, which I found really, really cool, from the aspect of me being completely new to this series and getting sucked in and wanting to learn a lot, we didn't see any notices pop up in the top right corner, but actually as you go through the game, you'll get little notices, well, go through the first time, you'll get little notices that say, New Book of Fables unlocked. Basically, that means whenever you encounter new characters, like since we first met Toad right there, we would have, unlocked this Mr. Toad one if it was the first time we played. And basically that means you just unlock a little piece of the character's lore so you could read about them. That becomes really helpful when like Toad references the farm, which unlocks the farm right here so you could actually read what the farm actually is and get a little bit of background in that regard. Basically, so you guys know, the farm is basically just where fables go who can't afford glamour. Can't keep themselves glamored up. Which sucks for them, obviously, seeing as they can't really, live in the Mundy world. And most people kind of hate being there, apparently. Although, from what I've read in the lore, it's actually not all that bad. It's just like kind of the thought that you're forced there kind of makes it feel like a prison, despite it really being, not really that. So let's go ahead and be a badass, seeing as we're the sheriff right here. We could just open the door, but sounds like there's some aggression going on in there anyway, so let's just slam our way right through. Yeah, Big B!
God damn you! No way.
Whoa, hey!
You've got something on your face.
Fuck are you talking about, you stupid?
Silly Mr. Woodsman.
Kill you!
All right, right you here.
What are you gonna fucking do, huh? Get the fuck out of the way before you get the axe again.
You're drunk, all right? Think this through. If you keep on like this, I won't have any choice but to put you down.
Put me down? You got a shit fucking memory, Wolf. That's not how it went last time.
This isn't last time.
So now this is one of my favorite parts, or favorite kind of advancements to the game. Obviously, this has somewhat been added in with The Walking Dead Season 2 as well, and I actually reviewed that one first, even though this one came out second. But the combat sequences are much more, like, fluid and feel much more smooth and nice than they did in the in the first season of The Walking Dead, which is obviously a really, really cool thing. Also kind of makes them feel a lot more intense, too, the way that things are handled now instead, with all these, like, kind of, key presses for the dodge sequences. Kind of similar to a, Dragon's Lair kind of thing, I suppose. Just obviously not really included the mouse clicks. Ooh, let's grab this bottle. I think I missed doing that one the first time. Oh, that sucks. Kinda beat that guy up in the face. Don't throw a toaster at me, young man, even though you look like you might be older than me. Interesting. That's an interesting thing about the Fables universe as well. All these characters are actually, like, centuries old, so, and, they're very, very hard to kill, so it would look like we're doing a lot of damage to this guy, but really, everything considered, it's not that much, and you will actually see more evidence of that in the future. Oh god, not folding A, almost messed that one up. So, what are some other things I haven't mentioned? One thing I should say, that the voice acting in this game, the voice acting has been frickin' phenomenal, as always. The Telltale has always been really, really good at getting good voice actors, in my opinion. Like, oh shoot. Let's just tell him to shut up. We've had enough of this man's nonsense.
You bugged my jaw, you bastard!
And still you talk.
Fuck you.
Alright, so let's go ahead and see what happened here. It's,
What the hell is going on?
fair to see what started this, seeing as we
Little
are a
misunderstanding,
detective.
but turned into a real shit show. Don't worry, you saw the best bits.
There's more where that came from, girly.
Knock it off!
Look, this is just the start of a shitty night for me. I just need the money he owes me, then I can go.
Are you alright?
I'm hunky-dory. Thanks for asking.
Well, that was a little mean. Let's ask why I was hitting her.
Maybe you should ask him that.
I will, but I asked you first.
He asked me if I recognized him, knew who he was. I said I didn't. He started beating on me. Then you showed up, started beating on him. That about cover it, hun?
I'm the woodsman, you whore. I saved Little Red Riding Hood from this monster. I cut this fucker open and filled his belly full of stones and threw him in the fucking river. That's who the fuck I am, you stupid bitch!
Hey, what did I say about that word?
Come on, come on!
Oh man, oh man. I love the start to this game. I gotta say, I will, in all honesty, I think episode 1 of, The Wolf Among Us here is probably the strongest start to a series that, Telltale has ever had, in my opinion. Honestly, this actually might be my favorite standalone episode out of, any of their games so far. I've been really fond of this one.
Hey, Toad.
My car.
So,
Yeah. Give me a second.
Oh no, by all means. Take your time.
So, how good is your insurance?
I can't be mad at you. I called you, and you come to help. I can't be mad. But even when you help, things end up more fucked than they started. Well, at least you're not fucking dead.
oh, how the mighty have fallen with Toad. Used to be a rich man, but now he's nothing. Now this guy's gotta be a big old jerkwad to us, I suppose. These are always the action sequences that I find the most interesting. The ones where it's impossible for you to win, just because so tense and so frustrating at the same time. Kind of makes me wonder what would happen if I pressed nothing. I have yet to die in The Wolf Among Us so far, and I've played through episode 1 and episode 2, so I don't know if it's all that much more difficult from a death standpoint than The Walking Dead has been so far, because I've definitely died a couple of times throughout playing the Walking Dead series. In both episodes, I should say. Let's go ahead and thank this lady.
Thanks.
Thank you!
I'm just getting what he owes me. You alright back there? I mean, your eyes and the teeth? You're not really supposed to do that, are you?
Not if I can avoid it.
Great.
The guy's got an axe in his brain. He's not feeling that.
It's more from me. He'll be fine.
I'll kill you, you fucking bitch.
Let me help you.
Seeing as this guy's a fable, I think it's perfectly fine to let her do this.
Bad day.
That makes two of us.
Because these guys obviously
I guess it's a
lived
good
through a
thing things are
lot.
hard to kill.
Suppose it is.
Or can live through a lot, I should say. Oh, shoot, I didn't notice the ring on her hand there. That actually becomes, pretty important later on in this episode. I mean, it's not really all that relevant. Just a nice little touch to see that she's wearing the ring that's, on her hand right now.
Just come on.
Let's go ahead and light her cigarette for her. Could give her the matchbook, but I prefer to hold on to items when I can in these games. Never know when they'll come in handy.
Thanks.
Who do you work for, really?
These lips are sealed. Sorry. Hey, you like my ribbon?
Nobody changes the subject on me, young lady.
Stop changing the subject. If you don't answer my questions, I can't help you.
I'm answering them the best that I can.
I feel like we've met before.
We probably have. We all sort of knew each other at one point or another. But things change, I guess.
I guess.
Dun dun dun!
Shit.
Stop. We don't have to make any more of a thing out of it than it already is.
It's not just about you. I can't have him running around the city in the state he's in.
Good, because I was just starting to worry it was all about me.
That's not what I mean. How much was it he owed you?
100.
I'm guessing it'd be bad for you to show up empty-handed.
I'll be fine.
This lady is super nice. We should go ahead and give her some money.
It's 20, 40.
As always, of course, you're bound to see a lot of those, like, tight decisions in a Telltale game where you gotta choose between two options where you might not necessarily know which one's the best most of the time and suffer the consequences based on what decision you made.
You got me
As
in
they
a
always
bad
tell you in the
situation.
top left corner, they give you a little heads up when you do something that should have relevance in the future.
I have to go drop off what I have.
Meet me back at my office then.
It's a little late for an office visit, Sheriff. I'll swing by your apartment.
How do you know where I
You live in the smallest apartment in the Woodlands. Everyone knows that.
Good to know.
You should get cleaned up. You look like shit. And I don't use that term lightly. Some of these look pretty bad.
That's a little on the harsh side.
I tell it like it is, when I can. Hey. I need to tell you something.
What is it?
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Oh, Bigby. He acts
I'll
tough,
see you
but he's a lovable lug when it comes down to it. Alright, now, once again, I'm actually gonna shut up completely. Or once again, because I've tried to be quiet through some parts to show off the dialogue in this game, but I'm actually gonna shut up completely for this next segment here for the opening credits of this game, because I think they're freaking glorious. I love the opening credits. Very Drive-esque in many ways, the movie Drive. Come along, Danya. Well, there were some unfortunate bits of lag in there. I apologize for that. I'm like, oh yeah, let's show off this awesome opening credits, but then it like messes up here and there. Of course, it would have to do that at the worst possible moment for me, at least. But yeah, it's short and simple, but I really, really love those opening credits. And I think that's actually gonna mark where we're going to close what I'm gonna show off for The Wolf Among Us. As I was saying, Telltale has had such a great streak with the games they've come out ever since The Walking Dead being so good. I feel like they've only gotten better as time has gone on, and The Wolf Among Us is not departing from that standard of quality that they've been putting out recently. So I highly suggest you guys pick this up if you're a fan of Telltale's work and haven't picked it up already. I just recently got into it, of course, and I'm putting up this video right now because of the release of the second episode. That's what made me decide to pick it up finally. But yeah, this game is going for $25 is the standard for Telltale Games right now, but of course that gets you all 5 seasons. If you pick it up on Steam, I should say. If you pick it up on like the consoles, I'm pretty sure it follows their usual of $5 per episode. And if this one is on iOS, I'm actually not sure if this one's on iOS. I would presume it is, since The Walking Dead and The Walking Dead Season 2 were both on iOS, if I remember correctly. Then I think that also follows the $5 per episode. But I shouldn't say that because I'm not actually entirely sure about that. But Steam is the way we're talking about right here, because this is the version I'm showing off at least, and that's $25 for the whole season. And I think, judging by the first 2 episodes being out right now, I think it's 100% worth it. This series has been super good so far, and I only see it getting better in the future. So as always, I'll put a link to where you can pick it up in the description below if you are interested. And thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.